Huyền.
Hello, my name is Huyền, H-U-Y-E-N. I'm a senior of Ho Chi Minh City University of Foreign Languages and Information Technology. I major in International Business Administration. And now let's hear me present my performance. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our show. Each week, we've given you some tips about daily life, and today we're talking about memory. We've received many questions asking about how to improve our memory. So we're going to give you some tips. One thing that people often don't realize is that feelings, anxious, or worrying about your memory will definitely have a negative impact on your memory. So what I mean is that if you're feeling stressed out because you always forget people's names, well, the stress of worrying about it will actually make it harder to remember names. So we should try not to worry about it so much. Well, we're going to answer our listeners' question. Let's see what they want to know about memory. First, we have a question of Roberto from Phoenix. Hi, I have a terrible problem with forgetting people's names. So I'm wondering if there are any little tricks that I could use to help me to remember. Yes, there definitely are. With any little trick, with almost any trick or technique, the goal is to make the name you're trying to remember as meaningful and memorable as possible. Try to associate the name with an image. Try to make the image as vivid as possible. For example, if you meet someone named John Hatfield, take a moment and come up with an image. Let's say I might picture the man standing in the field next to an enormous red hat, and the name John is written in large letters on the hat. You can picture anything that would be helpful, but make it really memorable. Actually, the sillier it is, the better, because you're more likely to remember. So, I think having a technique will help you feel less worried about this too. Now, let's move on to the next question. It's Tim from Boston. Hi, this is an interesting program. I really love it. Thank you. My question is about whether we can improve our memory or not. I've been hearing more and more about exercises to strengthen the brain and things like that these days. Well, it's almost like people are saying that we have to work our brain in a similar way to working our bodies. It is true, should be trying to exercise my brain? Great question. And the answer is yes. Research has definitely shown that exercise for our brain is beneficial. And yes, there is a parallel to exercise for our body. So you could almost think about it as if the brain is a muscle and you have to work it to strengthen it, just the way we do with muscles in our bodies. So how to give your brain a workout? There are lots of ways. A lot of puzzles, for example. Crossword puzzles are good for your brain. Puzzles that involve pictures and diagrams are also good. And there are lots of good books available now with many different ideas on how to give your brain a workout. I recommend you could find a book that looks interesting to you and then do the exercises. I also like to add that giving your brain some exercise is a good idea as you get older. Age affects the brain, just as it affects the body. So regularly working our brain can help you stay healthy at your age. Now, our next question is Lily's from Chicago. Hi, I think my memory is pretty good, but the thing that drives me crazy is when I have something on the tip of my tongue and I just can't remember it. The tip of the tongue syndrome. When what you're trying to remember is so close, but you just can't think of it. And the harder you try to work again, isn't it? I found the best approach is to talk around the topic. For example, if you're trying to remember the name of the movie, you talk about what the story is about, who the characters are, and so on. This gives your brain time to work on it. And if you don't push too hard, it will come back to you. Okay, it's time for a break.